On day 3, we'll be looking at the Sound of Music sites. I head out early in the morning to look around some on my own before coming back and getting Deborah at the hotel. The buses here are all electric, and you notice they hold on to the wires, and the streets are very deserted early in the morning. But the city looks really beautiful from across the river. With the streets so deserted, the city takes this opportunity to clean the streets. Throughout the day, we'll be running into places where the Sound of Mute was recorded. And we'll be looking at those sites and looking at the scenes recorded here. Here's one now.
Without defiance, show them I'm worthy, and while I show them, I'll show me. Nein!
Wann?
Um 2 vor.
At Mirabel Palace, we'll run into many places where scenes were filmed for Sound of Music. Here's one now.
So a needle pulling thread.
Another part of the Do Re Mi song was filmed at this fountain.
La, a note to follow, so.
Another part was filmed as they ran through these arches.
Me, a name I call myself. Far, a long, long way to run.
Then they danced around this fountain.
A doe, a deer, a female deer. Hooray, a drop of golden sun.
Then it's time to include one of the gnomes.
Tea, a drink with jam and bread. Bring us back to
The grand finale of the Do Re Mi song was sung on these steps in Mirabel Gardens.
Drop of golden sun. Me, a name I call myself. Far, a long, long way to run. So, a needle pulling thread. La, a note to follow. So, tea, a drink with jam and bread. That will bring us back to dough. Oh, oh, oh. No! A deer, a female deer. Ray, a drop of golden sun. Me, a name I call myself. Far, a long, long way to run. So, a needle pulling thread. La, a note to follow. So, tea, a drink with jam and bread. That will bring us back to dough. A deer, a female deer.
Me, a name I call myself. Far, a long, long way to run. So, needle pulling thread. La, a note to follow. So, tea, a drink with jam and bread. That will bring us back to Do Re Mi Fa So Ti Do.
We'll be taking a panorama tour of Sound of Music sites. We'll see Leopoldskron Castle, Fronsburg Castle, Helbrunn Castle where the gazebo is, and then we'll head out into Salzkammergut to see Muncie where the wedding was filmed before heading back to Salzburg. The actors in the movie were nothing like the real Van Trapp family. And Julie Andrews did not really look like Maria very much.
So my name is Peter. I'm your tour guide. I'll be speaking in English today. Only famous puppeteer from California made those puppets, but they filmed right here in Salzburg at the Marionette Theater, coming up in front of us to the left. The Austrians got their act together. I know. But look at the pictures of puppets in the window. See right, that's where they filmed right there. The same running the other direction, Maria and the children in their curtain clothes, singing the Do-Re-Mi song. That's the bridge run across right there. And look at those beautiful. Those buildings you're looking at were built right after that. The rich Austrians lived there now. Oh, do you remember the very last scene of this movie? The Trapp family are in their hiking clothes. They're escaping into Switzerland. Filmed on that same mountain, the Untersberg. There's only one thing wrong with the scene. The Untersberg is half in Austria. The other half is in Germany. Oh. They were going the wrong way. There are steps going up to the Abbey from the old city. There's a pathway from the funicular. You could even take a taxi.
How do you make her stay and listen to all you say? How do you keep
Nuremberg Abbey is where Maria really did live, and this, among many other scenes, was filmed there.
But do you notice in this feline right little bitty house over there, all by itself, no other houses around it? That was the executioner's house. Nobody liked that guy. Didn't want to live.
They decided not to use the original palace for the filming, but instead they used Leoproskron Palace as the backyard, never showing the building and the lake that they used there. And also the gazebo is here. They used another one we'll see later for the front yard, and then they used a third one for the dance scene.
But no, they had to do it again. The second time, Julie Andrews fell out of one side of the boat, the children fell out of the other side, and Gretel went under. She came back up for air and went back under.
Come out of that water at once!
Wake up! It's healthy. All
Several
I
scenes
trust
were
I give
filmed
my heart
here,
to.
including this one.
All I trust becomes my own. I have confidence in confidence alone.
Then we're off to Helburn Palace to see the gazebo, where it now rests after being moved twice. This is where I Am 16 Going on 17 was filmed.
Okay, go ahead.
I am 60, going on 70. I know that I'm still naive.
This row of trees leading to Frauenberg Palace is where this scene was filmed.
Good heavens, what's this?
It's nothing, just some local urchins.
Now it's time to head out to Salzkammergut area, made up of about 70 lakes and large numbers of mountains.
My favorite thing. Cream-colored ponies. brownies and crisp apple strudels, doorbells and sleigh bells and schnitzel with noodles, wild geese that fly with the moon on their wings. These are a few of my favorite things. Girls in white dresses with blue satin sashes, snowflakes that stay on my nose and eyelashes, silver white winters.
On top of this hill is where they started the Do-Re-Mi song, and they ended it 35 miles later at the Mirabelle Palace. This is also the area where the opening scenes were filmed of the lakes and mountains, and Maria in this.
The hills are alive with the sound of music, with songs they have sung for 1,000 years. The hills fill my heart with the sound of music. My heart wants to sing every song it hears. My heart wants to beat like the wings of the birds that rise from the lake to the trees. My heart wants to sigh like a chime that flies from a church on a breeze, to laugh like a brook when it trips and falls over stones on its way, to sing through the night.
We used 3 different churches for the wedding scene. In the movie, you saw the red onion-shaped dome of the Nunberg Abbey, where the real Maria was really married the Baron. They would not let Hollywood in there, so Hollywood went to St. Peter's in Salzburg to do the wedding scene. That's where the nuns were standing behind the gates. Hollywood got kicked out of St. Peter's because they put Nazi flags all over the place without asking. So they had to come all the way out here to finish the wedding scene. What they filmed here was the inside, the aisle and the altar.
Then we head back to Salzburg for an afternoon of looking around there. The cemetery here at St. Peter's Church was used as a model to create the set where they filmed this scene of Sound of Music on.
Oh, Reverend Mother, we didn't realize we'd put the Abbey in this danger.
No, Maria. It was right for you to come here.
We thought we might borrow your caretaker.
The residence is where the most powerful man in Salzburg lived, the Duke Archbishop. He was also the patron of Mozart, so Mozart spent some time in these rooms. The Domkirche, or cathedral, can seat several thousand people and is the main church of Salzburg. It was on a carriage similar to this one that this scene from The Sound of Music was filmed.
When you know the notes to sing, you can.
These buildings to the left are where the Salzburg Music Festival happened. You may remember several songs from that in The Sound of Music.
Every morning you greet me, small and white, clean and bright.
And here at the Horse Fountain, this will be the last site we see where a scene was filmed of The Sound of Music.
So long, farewell, au revoir, Wiedersehen. I'd like to stay and taste my first champagne. Yes?
No.
So long, farewell, au Wiedersehen, goodbye. I leave and heave a sigh and say goodbye, goodbye. I'm glad to go, I cannot tell a lie. I flip.
It is a requirement that all the store signs be of the old type. Even McDonald's has to do this.
The sun has gone to bed, and so must I. So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, goodbye, goodbye.
This house is just built into the hill.